Well, thank you for joining me on another visit to Creekside Acres. The floodwater is going down, and I have been on an excursion to the city to view a North American steam train, and a beauty at that. I must admit the Empress, or her number 2816, is a fantastic rebuild, so beautiful. What a lovely party to experience. These are photos of all her finery and her friends who helped her on the journey from Canada through the States and down into Mexico, and then back through the States and into Manitoba on display, and then on to Calgary.
Man, those things need to be greased.
These damp conditions have provided a beautiful habitat for many different species to flourish. These coral mushrooms looking beautiful, though I won't be eating them after getting some advice. A thrasher and baby being fed, and then a quick photo bomb from a blue jay. These are my hardneck garlic. They're a cold climate garlic which does very well in Manitoba, and one of my favourite crops because I love to cook with garlic. So they're not ready to harvest yet, but they're getting close. But they have these scapes. These are the flower heads which are forming. So basically what I need to do is cut these off now, because a lot of goodness is going to go into making that flower head, and I don't want that goodness going into that. I want it going into the bulb, which is below the soil. So I'm going to trim these off, and I'll trim them just above the leaf here. So these scapes, they can be fried in a stir fry, and they are absolutely delicious. So some of them are a little bit hard, so I may not use those, but these soft ones, and they smell very garlicky. So I'm going to go through this row and cut the whole lot, and that's out the way.
These are the tomatoes in the hoop house, and then this is the herb bed with some real goodies in there, and then some flowers at the end for pollinators to help them. And there's Shiloh. And these are the lettuces and other salad crops and chives and other herbs. I also grow tulips for the indoors in there. This is the wildflower bed with some really interesting wildflowers growing in there. Lots of goodies for pollinators.
The plant on the right is wild bergamot, and the one on the left is a variety of yarrow, both loved by the pollinators. The wild bergamot I'm hoping to make some tea from, so watch this space. A lot of these pansies and violas are self-sown, so they're appearing at the back of the border, and the high things are making their way to the front. So I got it a bit muddled up, but it's doing all right. There's thousands of dragonflies on the yard. Hopefully they're all feasting on the mosquitoes, but they're really lovely to see. This variety is very orange with goldy glints on their wings. Lovely. And when you walk through the grass, you just see just how many there are flying around. Must be hundreds. These lilies are looking beautiful. And the apples still doing really well. This swamp milkweed, I've been waiting for a monarch butterfly to land on it. I've even got the tripod set up ready, but nothing seems to want to land. It is a bit windy, so I'm not sure. And this beautiful plant. The peas, I should be harvesting them this week. These have got a way to go, but the ones on the other side, these are looking like they're ready, so that's good news. So my broad beans, I've never seen so many flowers, and they're actually got some pods down the bottom there, so that'll go nicely with some bacon. And the French beans, they're starting to flower now, look, on the other side, so that's really good news as well. And these climbing runner beans and other types of beans. This one is the English variety of a runner bean, but usually it's far too hot in this climate, so we get poor yield, but I love to grow them just because of memories. And this one has got a beautiful flower on it. This is a runner bean as well, but I'm hoping that this one will be more acclimatized to a North American heat wave, so we'll see. This is Morning Glory, just starting to climb, which is good. And the sweet peas don't seem to have done very well this year, so maybe I should give up on them. And the onions, And the garlic, I've cut the scapes off these, so another couple of weeks they should have put more energy down into their bulbs and be ready to harvest. So that's good news. The potatoes, these are the early potatoes. These are looking really good, except for the potato bugs. The Colorado beetle are starting to feast on them, and I've picked off 60 already, so we'll see if we can find some more, but hopefully I'm getting on top of it now. But they don't seem to like these fingerling potatoes, so they haven't seemed to land on this, but they do like the main crop and the earlies. So these are main crop potatoes. And usually I can grow enough potatoes to last up until March next year maybe. So I'm hoping this year's going to be even better harvest. But I can't see any of these beetles this time, whereas I picked a few off this morning, 6 of them. So that's good news. My tomatoes starting to come under there. That's good. So I need to do some more tying up today, but I'm going to try and get on top of some weeds as well today. The wood is looking stunning with the beams of light pouring in through the canopy. I love this wood, it's so beautiful. And the trees going upwards, searching for daylight. I hope to get the horse out into this paddock this next week, but I've still got to wait for the flood to go down a little bit before I can put new fence posts in and get the fencing all strung out. There's a very beautiful dragonfly on that branch. Stunning. I use a voice recognition app called Merlin, and that identifies the sound of the bird, the call of it, through the microphone on the phone, and then it runs it against a computer program, and recordings made all through North America of that particular, to get a similarity, and then it comes up with an identification. I've been identifying a bird called a black-billed cuckoo in these woods, and it's got a very distinctive call. So I have seen it once, because I crawled through the undergrowth, but I couldn't get the camera to focus on the bird itself. It just focused on the branch nearer through. So by the time I'd get it sorted out, the bird had flown away. So we're going to walk through these along the edge of this wood and back round by the flooded area and see if we can see anything unusual or pick up anything. So be on the lookout for anything unusual. The milkweed out here is in flower, but I don't know whether there's any eggs being laid on it. No, it doesn't look like it. People are posting pictures of caterpillars in the gardens in Winnipeg, so I wish some of them would wiggle their way here. These dragonflies are really stunning. And they're doing so well, so I guess there's plenty for them to eat. I think that's an eastern kingbird there. I'm not sure what this yellow flower is. I've never seen this one before, so it's quite pretty. Whether it's a type of buttercup or what, because it's going down into the water. So I'm not sure. It's quite quiet today, bird-wise. Yesterday there was a lot of birds. So I'm not sure if it's because the flood's gone down a bit, so it's opened up new areas for them to feed on. So it could well be that.
Thank you for joining me at Creekside Acres. Please like and subscribe to my videos and enjoy these pictures of teal and a wily coyote caught on the trail cam. See you next Friday. Thanks very much. Bye.